welcome back everybody to another episode of Porch Talk. This is episode 38. That's a week 11 preview. Guys, just give you a little bit of backstory real quick. This is our third time trying to record this. Technology has not been our best friend, so if you're watching video, or even maybe you can notice it on the audio, it's a little different this time. I'm going to try to record it on my phone. Hopefully we can get this done, get it out. So we got two great athletes here with us today, Collin Adkins and Andrew Boyd here with us from Richlands. We had them on last week. Again, technology kind of messed it up for us, and we're doing it again this week. But as fate has it, they ended up winning again on a winning streak now. So congratulations to you guys on that. We'll go ahead and start out the interview from your childhood. Collin, we'll shoot to you first. When did you first fall in love with the sport?
I fell in love with it at a young age. I kind of grew up watching my older brother play. He played all through midget leagues and stuff, and I kind of sat out through midget leagues. I was always kind of smaller until I got up to middle school. My dad was a middle school football coach, so I kind of came in at middle school, and then that's where I kind of fell in love with it.
Ever since I was little, I started out really, really young, probably about 3 or 4 years old. I started playing football, and football's been with me ever since I was born.
Yeah, and Richland has a very rich tradition out there. What are some athletes or teams that you remember watching?
I remember watching, I can't remember the year of this team, but I remember watching our high school football team play. But an inspiration for mine, I used to watch the Patriots all the time, watch Tom Brady go up there and just do his thing. Love watching him. Big inspiration for me.
Go. Oh, you call.
My biggest inspiration is probably my big brother Dylan. Kind of grew up watching him, and I'd say my NFL guy is probably that's a tough one. I like Adrian Peterson a lot. He's a tough back, and
Yeah.
I think he ran the ball hard, so I like Adrian Peterson, NFL guy.
Yeah, all great choices. We're gonna go a little bit into the season, some off-season prep. What did you guys do to kind of get ready for this year? Go ahead, send it to you, Collin.
We did a lot of weightlifting this year. Our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Barrett, it's his first year doing it, and that dude, he loves weightlifting. I think he'd live in the weight room if he could. He's in there 24/7, and that dude had we had probably 50, 55 kids weightlift this off season, which numbers will slim down during football season, but probably had 50 some kids in the weight room, which is great for us, and especially coming off of a rough season, just seeing guys improve in the weight rooms, it's a big deal.
Like Collin said, just with Coach Barrett, guy lives in the weight room. Love to see him. Great guy. Just off season, a lot of the lifting weights, a lot of the agilities. Around 50 guys around in there the whole time. It was.
Yeah, and I'm sure that weightlifting is going to play a part in this next question when I talk about culture. But you had Bubba come over. He's new to the staff. Coach Davis has been around the school and program, but still new head coach. So, what is the culture like there? And I know that, like I said, weightlifting, I'm sure plays a part in instilling culture. But just from a player's perspective, what do you think about the culture and the staff there? Collin?
I think the last few years are definitely losing has kind of brought down everybody, like the town and everything, but the culture's still the same. Having Coach Davis in here now, he's trying to bring back the old ways of Richlands football, which is big for us. And you can tell that Coach Bubba, he knows his stuff, and that dude eats, sleeps, and breathes football. It seems like so. So I think that's going to help a lot.
I would agree with Collin a lot there. The culture around here has dwindled down a little bit, but ever since, I feel like when Coach Davis came back, a little bits came back. I feel like we're coming together more and more every day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the season a little bit. I'm going to wait on the wins as far as Galax. We're going to talk about them next, but I want to talk about the stretch of losses. The great Conor McGregor said, you either win or you learn. So I think that in those games, y'all had to have grown some. So I want you to talk, each of you, just some of the growth that you had in those games.
Losing, winning isn't everything, but losing it's nothing. But you learn from it. So I think over the stretch of after I finished my junior year, I think 3 football games what I've won. And I think that we could probably completely flip that next year and kind of like it's not possible to like have a great winning record next year and kind of like flip everything around, and maybe us flipping that around next year can just flip it around for the next kids coming up and everything. That's what I hope to do.
I definitely agree with Collin with that. We could definitely flip it around this next year. It was a lot of learning for us. I feel like a lot of us learned important lessons along the way of these past few games. But we always strive for that winning. Winning always feels great. Me personally, just being a competitive guy, is just you always want to win, win, win. But sometimes you got to take a step back and learn.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a lot of programs around here. I know Richlands is like the fan base that's very passionate about the football team. But I think if people take a step back for a second and look at teams like Rock Cove, East Side, there's a few more teams in this area that have programs fold just a few years ago. So they went from that to now being a competitor, a contender, I should say, in their region and possibly further. I know that one's single A, but there's some other teams even in double A. So this could be the start of something going into next year. So I want to kind of talk about the first win you had against Galax. We talked about it a little bit last week on that, Joe, but um, you know, it has to feel good. It's like a monkey, getting the monkey off your back. So just talk about that game, how it felt to kind of get that win finally, and move on. We'll talk about Marion here in a second, but just Galax.
Going, I think it was a 19 game losing streak. So me and Andrew were a part of all 19 games. So you can only imagine what it felt like to finally get that ended and get a win. It's a great feeling, and you'd have thought that we won the state championship is what it felt like. But I was happy for everybody, the seniors especially, and to get back to back is a big deal for us. So it felt good.
Yeah, it felt amazing. It was definitely a big relief off our shoulders, and I the feeling was just breathtaking for me. As soon as we started putting our guys, our secondary and our third string, it was just thinking about the rest of the game. I was bewildered. Just a great feeling to have, and just glad for all the other guys. It's just a wonderful feeling after breaking that streak. It's just you can't even it's unspeakable. You can't even talk about it.
Yeah, it seemed like, 'cause, that week leading up to that, everybody had a good idea that y'all could win this, but it's not, y'all didn't just win it, y'all won decisively. So, do you think that was just a buildup of all the learning you had done throughout the season, or was there anything significant along the way that you can, was a turning point?
I think a lot of kids have grown over the season. We have a lot of younger guys playing both sides of the ball. Like I think we have 5 or 6 starting freshmen right now. That's just you get 6 or 7 games under your belt. That's a big deal, and I think that was a big deal, and that just a lot of learning points, and that win right there was kind of what I think is a big turnaround for Richlands football.
Yeah, like Colin said, a lot of the freshmen that haven't really started, just big learning points for them, and just really great for them to get out there and we finally get that win. It just helped us out a lot more and helping us learn and provide to next week we win another one. And hopefully this week we can bounce back and win this one too.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to go into Marion. It would be really easy for a team to just uh, enjoy that win against Galax and think, well, we got one win, uh, and we got that, and maybe take their foot off the gas a little bit. But y'all didn't do that, and I think that Marion, even though they hadn't won a game, me and you talked about it, Andrew, before we started recording. They played very well against a lot of teams that they could have easily won some of those games. So I thought that was a pretty significant win. I'd almost say that win to me, uh, I don't want to say more impressive because they both were very impressive, but I think that was a win to feel very proud about.
Yeah, that was definitely one to feel proud about. I feel like, not saying that we didn't earn the last one, I feel like we really earned we put up a fight against Marion and we showed them that we can fight back in adversity and We're not just one team that can just win one game. We can win more and just build off that one game that we won. We just build off this one and build off this next one, and we just keep building the ladder all the way to the top.
You said, I think that the Galax win was huge for the program and the town and all that, but winning an in-district game against a team that they haven't had a great year, but Marion, like you said, they've played a lot of other good teams as well, and they've definitely that win felt just as good.
So before we get into the Graham game coming up, I want to talk about the roster around you and also just you all specifically. So I'm gonna kick it to you first, Collin. You do a little bit of everything on the field. You run the ball, you catch the ball. Um, what is your favorite part of playing? I mean, do you have a preference?
I just like my dad's always said that don't ever just be one position, be a football player, and that's kind of what I stick by. Wherever coach wants to put me out there, I'm going to make plays, and that's how I go into every game thinking.
And Andrew, being the QB now and stuff, there's a lot that comes with that. Not only a lot of responsibility, but you also have the leadership aspect of it too. So I guess it's kind of a two-part question, but on the football side of things, when you're out there, what's kind of your mindset? But then also, how do you feel like you've grown into being a leader for the team as well?
My mindset, I feel like I got to be calm, cool, collective. I got to be like a duck. Fast feet underwater, calm at top. You gotta be calm. You gotta be calm at quarterback. You can't be like a running back or a linebacker and get angry, because when you get angry, you make mistakes. So quarterback, you gotta be calm. You can't do some things like you can do as, say, linebacker. You can't get angry and hurt somebody. You gotta be calm, make rational decisions, make good decisions, and get the ball to your playmakers. And the second part of the question, the leadership part, I just feel like at this position that I am now, I'm more capable of helping my team get to the parts of the play that we can finally move around, and we can get downfield and score more. It helps me out, makes me feel a lot better, helps the team out, and helps us put some points on that board.
I like that.
Yep. And you both have been, great in the positions that you're at. I think it's was it Mott's Tires? Do they do the Player of the Week? Correct.
Yes, sir. Mox
Yeah.
Tires.
Yeah, I've seen that both of you all on that quite a bit. So, you can tell that it's working out on the field. So I want to talk about the roster around you. Give you both an opportunity to kind of give some shout outs to some of your teammates.
I'm going to start with a senior, or a couple seniors. I'll start with Parker Spencer and Ryan Perkins. They've definitely served their time here, and great athletes and good kids, man. And Parker recently went to defense this week, and he led the team in tackles. Never played a defensive snap, I don't think, in high school. And then led the team in tackles this week, so that was big for him. And a couple younger guys I'd like to talk about is TJ Lawson. He's our running back now, and he's like a little bowling ball, kind of short, stout running back, but runs it hard. And then Jamie Capshaw, he's a big target for Andrew. He's probably 6'1", and but he's came around a lot this year and made some big time plays for us.
I definitely want to shout out our line. I want to shout out Parker Spencer, definitely for them tackles. Bet center we got. I'm great senior. I'm gonna miss him. Ryan Perkins, great tackle. I have nothing bad to say about any of these linemen. Ethan Smith, Kalen Shreve, Hunter Blankenship, and Zachary Elkins, they're all great guys. Hard workers, love them all. Help me from getting stacked. We haven't got stacked out of these past two games. And I want to shout out my boys. I love my linemen. And I want to bounce off with Collin. TJ Lawson, heck of a running back. Love that guy. Short, stout, stubby, but he can run that ball hard like nobody's business. You're going to have to get your whole football team to stop him. And then you got Jamie Capshaw. Love that guy. Definitely one of the good targets to get to. He will fight off a bunch of people, kind of like TJ. And then my last one, Leland Dye. He is a freshman. He has become a linebacker on our defense recently. Really great guy. He forced a fumble last week, and he's just great athlete. Love him death.
Now, I think I remember from last week, you all don't have that many seniors, right?
No, sir.
So you'll be returning a lot of people. So for the people that's listening, especially the Richlands fans, I mean, there's a lot of excitement, coming up. Let's talk a little bit about this week's game. Big game, big opponent. It's kind of one of those David versus Goliath type scenarios, and you get to go in with the feeling that you got the underdog mantra going in. You don't have the pressure not on you guys, right? So what are some of the keys to the game that you can share with us? I don't want you to give away too much, but what's some keys going into the game?
Kind of got to go with that, we got nothing to lose kind of thing and play hard. We just got to play hard. Like, to beat a team like that, it's every single whistle. You can't back down. You gotta give it your all. And Graham's a great football team. They've been the powerhouse of the Southwest for the last few years. And to beat a team on Graham's caliber, you gotta play great. And that's what we gotta do this Friday.
This Friday, we're gonna have to. We're definitely underdogs, but I wouldn't count us out. We're gonna go down there and we're gonna smash their mouth. We're gonna go play smash mouth football. That's what Richlands has been doing, and we need to go down there and we need to show them that we're not just gonna roll over and die. We're going to go down there and we're going to show them what we got.
Yeah, and I mean, crazier things have happened, and the way you all are playing, I don't think it's the same team. I don't think you are the same team that you were at the beginning of the year. And a game like this is a great game to see how much y'all grown. So I look forward to, if I don't get to go to it, at least watching it from home and seeing, how you guys do. But I want to kick it to a few questions. Jamor isn't here. I didn't address that at the beginning. He's actually at a game tonight. So I want to kind of throw some of his questions out here that he likes to do. Some of them's outside of football, some of them's football related. First off, some personal superstitions that you all have. And that could be like uniform type stuff or any kind of ritual, just anything like that.
I'm not a big superstition type of guy, but I do like to pray before every game, and that's something that I'll continue to do, and that's a big deal for me. So that's probably it for me.
Not me neither. I'm not really a big superstitious guy. I pray, and if I do anything, I get my wrist tape, and I get my girlfriend to write me a Bible verse on my wrists. That's about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So do y'all have any traditions as a team? I know some teams have like certain walkouts they do, certain prayers they do as a team. Do you have any kind of traditions like that?
After the end of every third quarter, we hold up the fours to represent that kind of you gotta give it your all in this last quarter, and you can't lay down in the fourth quarter, and that's a big one.
Yeah, my most valuable tradition is the four. We love the four.
He's from high school. Is a teacher over there now, Richlands. I think he kind of mentioned the podcast to you guys. So I want to give Mr. John Ward a shout out. One word, if you had to describe Mr. Ward. And you're not allowed to fail him or anything, John, like if they say something bad. So,
One word to describe Mr. Ward. Well,
yeah.
I just recently met him. I switched classes over to get dual, but he is probably one of the most friendly guys I've ever met. He's the most chill teacher I've ever met. I love Mr. Ward. I can't wait to look forward to his class. Just a great guy to be around.
I would probably say funny. Mr. Ward's probably the funniest dude I know. He can keep the class entertained and be just as funny as strict as any other teacher. He's a funny dude.
Is his funny comes from like out of nowhere. Like you just sometimes don't
Yeah.
see it coming.
Random.
Yeah, we've had him on here quite a few times with some of our college and NFL and NBA podcasts and stuff, and they're quite comical whenever it gets to his turn to talk. Awesome. Something I want to touch on before I get to a few more of these fun questions. Community there. A lot of times, I know when I used to go to Richlands games, people would do the fours, and it wouldn't just be the players; it'd be the whole home side. Everybody would be doing it. So, just give you both a chance, real quick, to talk about the community at Richlands, because in my opinion, it is probably one of the better ones in Southwest Virginia, and it's probably the closest to me, like a college type town and atmosphere. So, just both of you get a chance to talk about the community.
It is huge in Richlands, especially it's always been a town revolved around football. So the losing streak was tough for the town, I believe. Like, and we won these last few games. It seemed like it really helped the town, which like kind of sounds funny, but I completely believe that it did. And after that Galax win, I was kind of like walking out. We're about to go into the helmet as we go out to the sidelines, and I look up, and there's probably double the amount of people there than like last week. So people are like starting to come out and believe a little bit, and I think that that's a huge deal for us.
Yeah, them past couple wins definitely did help us with our fans and stuff. They did double, like Collin said. But as for me and him been both on the sidelines, and we can definitely tell you how our fans have transitioned. We have some great fans, and I love our Blue Tornado fans and our traditions there. And we have I would argue we have the loudest fans that would honestly fight for us too. We have the most loyal fans and loud fans I think I've ever heard of in ever high school.
If you wanna see a good one, look up Miracle at Stewart's Draft, and that kind of represents like our fan base. It's a Stewart's
Most
Draft's
definitely.
like 3 hours away, and it's the game to go to the state championship, and we completely packed out the other side. And Scotty Ball catches one in the corner of the end zone to send us to the state championship. I think it was
Yeah.
2016. It's an awesome video. You'll have to check it out after this, but I think that
Yeah,
video
dude.
kind of described what it's like.
The
think I
bleachers were packed. I don't think there was even a spot that you could see that was missing. There was bleachers packed over there.
think I know that I followed that game. I wasn't at it, but I know that I think I've seen some pictures. But I'll definitely check out the video. Um, when I was younger, I was a fan going, and I got to see the likes of Caleb Jennings,
Yeah.
McCracken, for some of those guys, and a lot of those teams during the away games, the fans actually, like from Richlands, average more fans at the away games than their home teams did.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the fan base is, it's crazy, but in a good way. So kind of touch on, it's another fun question. I'm over here at Honecker, so I don't, no offense to Honecker, anybody with their business talking about this, but we don't have a whole lot of food choices. So there's a lot of food choices in Richlands. Your top three, and it could be McDonald's or anything, or you can go as far as the Huddle House or any of those. Your top three places to eat in Richlands.
Oh man, we're gonna have fun with this one, dude.
That's a
You go
tough one.
first, Collin.
I'm a 3 spot. I'm about to get Red Flower. It's our Chinese restaurant. It's pretty good. You can get burned out on it, but it's pretty good. At the 2
Good
spot,
choice.
I'm about to go Huddle House. It's a big one for like after games and stuff. They usually stay open late, and Huddle House is definitely a big one. And then the first one, I'm about to go El Burrito, our Mexican restaurant. It's I think it's unbeaten. Probably eat there twice a week. It's probably not good for me, but you'll see me there twice a week.
And is that the one across from the high school, right?
They're both El Burrito
Yeah.
now. There's 2 different buildings,
We
but
we have two.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
beside the high school, and then you got one beside Truist Bank, right beside that police station.
yeah, where El Mariachi used to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the one across the high school just a few weeks ago. Great food, great
It's
food.
great.
That's great too.
Yeah.
Let's see, my top three. This would be much different than Colin's. Mine definitely at 3, Taco Bell. I
Yeah.
have went there for the past couple days. It's definitely a after practice, after game snack. Number 2 would be Giovanni's, probably the best pizza place we got here in Richlands. Very good pizza. And then number 1's El Burrito. El Burrito Loco is the top tier
Yeah.
restaurant here.
I
Yeah,
have to
it's
shout
great.
out.
Go
I
ahead.
have to shout out Giovanni's. They take care of us a lot. They get us pizza and stuff. They're good to us. Sorry,
They are
Giovanni's.
really good.
I'll throw you in there. You're good for
Yeah.
4 spot.
Love you, Rusty.
A lot of free advertising going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually hit up the Taco Bell down there across the high school today, so I get that place is good too.
Yeah.
So something else that Jamar usually asks, and I'll go ahead and ask: pre-game music. What do you guys listen to before the games?
Definitely a rock and rap guy. I'd say those 2 are probably my biggest. And I can't listen to any like country or anything before games, but rock and rap, that's about as good as I'll get right there.
Well, since we had our last talk, I started listening to the gospel. I started listening to church music, and it calms me down a lot. And y'all got me really self-conscious of what I listened to, and I was like, I need this before this game. I'm gonna listen to some word of the Lord.
Yeah, yeah. I like a lot of Christian music. I've been when I was younger, I went to a lot of concerts. What band do you listen to? Just because I'm curious, or artist?
I don't have a particular one, but I float around a lot of them. I think Hallelujah is probably top there.
Yeah,
Top one I listen to.
definitely. I know a good alternative for if somebody likes rap and going that kind of route. KB's really good.
Yeah. KB is one of the ones that I listen to. He's a great guy.
So to piggyback off of that, something else that J Moore asking, you all kind of got a taste of this last week. Most people get pretty stumped on it, but if you're walking out, you're a UFC fighter, right? Getting ready to fight. You're walking out. What's your walkout song?
Song picked out for this. I done forgot what I was even gonna say, but I'll go. I'll go with what I said last week. Eyes on Fire. I think it's by the Blue Foundation. Actually, it's kind of like it's one of those songs you're like, what? Like, but it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
I have a pretty good song. I've been looking into this one too. This song's on Netflix, and it's literally a movie on Netflix. It's called Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that song. I feel like that would represent me in a UFC fight.
Good movie.
yeah, yeah.
Love it.
I don't know if I've watched it. This one with the guy from Paul Blart.
Yeah, Kevin James.
Yeah, I need to watch that. See, when I was growing up, The Longest Yard. If you watch The Longest Yard,
Yeah.
yeah, that's been. I think Here Comes the Boom after it came out, and it was on there. Yeah, everybody was blasting that before games. So I don't got too many questions left, but I want to talk about life after high school. Do you guys plan on playing football or another sport, or is there something else out there that you want to do after high school?
I definitely want to take the college route, whether the football opportunity comes along or not. I'd like to play some college football, but I'd definitely like to take the college route and see where that takes me, and hopefully have a bright future ahead of me. So hopefully everything goes in route. That's the thing.
Same for me. I would love to do the college football route, but if that doesn't work out, I got two other sports to choose from. You got wrestling and baseball, and I just really would love to go to college. It's just been a big, big, big dream of mine since I was a kid. Love to go to college, get good education.
So, final question, kind of end all the interviews like this. What's your biggest motivation that you carry out there with you?
I'd definitely say to go out there every Friday and like play for your brothers beside of you, and to play for God, and like you don't get the opportunity to get to do that every Friday. Not everybody gets that, and that's a big deal for me. And I kind of give 100%, and that's what I'll do every Friday.
Yeah, most definitely go out there and play for your brothers, play for your teammates, and fight. You got to give it your all every down, every play, every second, because you're never going to get that second back. Once that goes by, you're going to regret it, and just you got to go out there and give it your all every down of every play, because once it's gone, you can never get that back.
Guys, great interview. I know it's kind of a third time we've tried to get this going with technology and everything. I think it was the best one we've had yet. I do want to say thank you for your patience. Again, come back on here twice, and then all the technology stuff we had going on tonight. So thank you for that. People that are listening, two great kids, and I think what you're seeing for Richlands football, the fans out there, just seeing two great leaders going into the future and something to build off of. And I think you two are great people to start leading that comeback. But I want to tell you both thank you for coming on, and we're praying for you as far as safety and stuff going into Friday night or tomorrow night. And good luck.
Sir, thank you.
All right, guys. And go ahead and end it here.
I am not closing out of this app. I am keeping